there's no treatment at the beginning of the song. So recording-wise, that's just a 57 and my Marshalls and on the bass pickup of the guitar and stuff. And after 4 lines of the vocal, I go into this guitar part. And when that guitar part comes in, the treatment comes in on the other speaker from the modular synthesizer. It's the same guitar part, but the original guitar is now on the left speaker, and the treated version of the same guitar is on the right speaker.
In this section, Frusciante uses the audio from the tape to trigger the envelope generator, or ADSR, in his modular synthesizer. The envelope generator responds to the playing dynamics and uses that information to dynamically control a low-pass filter. Unlike typical auto-wah pedals, this arrangement allows him to produce considerably more complex filter effects than simple wah sounds.
And then the treatment goes away, and you're back to just the regular rhythm guitar. And then the treatment comes in again, and then as the chorus is coming in, there's that last chord rings through before going to the chorus. And so while that chord is ringing out, I took my mellotron on a string sound, and I play a pretty big chord on it. As I seem to recall, it had a few dissonant notes and stuff, or just a few close notes, maybe some whole tones and stuff. And I played that, and I moved it up with moved the volume up with a wah pedal. So the sound seems to sort of come out of nowhere. That's sort of introducing the chorus, and that's the mellotron with the volume pedal. It just plays one chord, so it's not even there long enough for anybody to really recognize that there's anything going on, but it's what makes it feel like something really big is about to happen before the chorus starts. And then I step on my turbo distortion pedal, and and that guitar is doubled. There's the original on the left, and then there's the double of it on the right, which is, there's billions of albums do doubling like that, but I was particularly inspired by like Master of Reality by Black Sabbath, where you just get the thickest guitar sound by just doubling yourself on the other speaker. And maybe it being a different day or whatever means the atmosphere and air in the room was different, and any of those differences, the subtle little differences, are what make it super powerful. If you did it the same day on the same, if you did it the same day, like a few minutes after you did it, I don't believe that it would be as powerful as if you do it like 5 days later, because the air is different, and you really do hear what those little differences. The weather affects the way the microphone hears what's being played. You'll never get the same exact tone twice, and that's where the power of it comes from. So a few days later, or maybe it was a month later, we doubled it, and we were really happy with how powerful it ended up sounding. So that chorus is just straight, just those two guitars doubling each other. And then the next verse is, the next verse starts with a bunch of with a couple of guitars doing harmony with each other. I think one of them is going and there's that one, and there's another one doing a harmony to it, and they both got fuzz on them, but I took them after they were recorded, and I ran them through the Mooger Fooger Murph pedals, and I one Murph pedal, but I think I literally ran it through the Murph pedal like 6 times on 6 different tracks, and we just, it kept being good, but it kept just having little parts where I go, let's just do it once more, just to, because you never know what that thing is going to do, and you're not really in control of it, and so I just did it until I really liked what it was hearing, and I think we might be using like all 6 takes of the Murph, of what the Murph is doing, so it's just kind of swirling around in an unpredictable way, and we're also probably still using a little of the original signal too, and then it's back to the same thing. You have part of your verse with just the rhythm guitar alone, then you have the rhythm guitar with the treatment on the fancy part, and then the same thing again. The mellotron builds up going into the chorus, and then when it goes to the bridge, it's playing this guitar part here. That rhythm guitar is being treated by the modular synthesizer with an LFO controlling a high pass filter. So it's just kind of going and I think there's a little mellotron comes into a little bit of that string sound comes in there. I don't think there's any other guitars in that section, just backing vocals and stuff, and the drums. I filtered out the drums at the beginning of it because the drums used to play throughout the whole bridge, and I filtered them, and so they're small for the first half of the bridge, and then then you hear me open up the filter, and the drums spread back out. Because at first, I guess what the engineer ended up doing was making the drums be only on one speaker when the bridge starts, which gives you room to hear the guitar treatment and gives you room to hear all the backing vocals and stuff. And the drums are small, and then the filters panned in the center. So halfway through the bridge, you hear me open up the filter on the drums, and the drums seem to sort of get bigger and pan out across the full stereo spectrum at that moment halfway through the bridge. And then right after this riff, right after that riff, the filter, the LFO filtered sound goes away, and you're back to the straight rhythm guitar. So then that's the one point in the song where originally I didn't plan for the I didn't plan for that part to be in the third verse, but so I had played this rhythm guitar straight through originally, and I realized while we were in the studio that it needed it. So that was the one case where I overdubbed that guitar part on the third one. So the rhythm guitar is still playing, and I overdubbed it as a second part. And so you'll notice like the treatment on that one and everything, it sounds different than it does in the first verse and the second verse because it's a different day. It's like an afterthought.